Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Studio Series twin pack of Ironhide and Prowl from the '86 movie. I don't know where their official name is, but is this the dead pack? Is this the dying pack? It's one of the two anyway. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a detailed look at them in both of their modes. We are of course going to do some comparisons with them and the original uses of the mold, so we can see the differences, like obviously the painted windows and of course the battle damage. I will get out some of the rest of the Studio Series '86 figures to, I suppose, sort of pose them with, and of course the transformation processes for both will be separately uploaded. Right, the box itself is pretty big. It looks way too big for what's in there, to be honest. I mean, his legs are only going down to there, so all of this can't surely be all blast effects. We'll have a look in a second anyway, unless they're going to use this huge backdrop as the scene. As I say, I've seen these figures, I've not seen any videos on these, and I initially wasn't purchasing them at first. I mean, it's comical, but it's not in a way. It's, I suppose, what they call black humor, which is funny enough exactly how this set came about. So if you read the notes, or if you heard what Evan said when they revealed him, it started off as a joke and it got out of hand, and this is why we have them. So yeah, let's get them out of the package. And I never brought these when they originally came out because they were very, very expensive. Now, this is already heavily discounted at in-demand stores in the UK, which is why I purchased it. And as you can see, they got it out to me quickly and indeed very safely. So one of the main reasons was A, the price, and B, because I've already got the molds. In fact, we've got a couple of Ironhides. We've had more than a couple of Ironhides over the past, if you think since Siege, what have we had? I think we've had two in the War for Cybertron and then these as well. So I just didn't really go for it at the time. Yeah, there you go. Look how high these guys are. So that's a huge, huge box for what we've got. It is exactly what I was thinking it is. Look, it is a full display. Now, this is a lot better. This is much, much better than the smaller ones that you get because it's huge. It's a proper sort of diorama. You can set loads of things going off here. I mean, how good would it be to have sort of Megatron or some of the Decepticons there, and then maybe the Fallen Prowl and Ironhide hanging off here and some of the other Autobots there. This is much, much better. As you can tell, I'm actually really surprised how good it is. They must be the weapons, they must be the blast effects. They're all stuck in there, and there's the instructions. So what I need to do now, obviously, is set them free and come straight back to you. Okay, so I've set them free from the packaging, and I just very quickly want to show you the blast effects. These do look really good, actually. They look, I suppose, quite dark and a bit dirty with them, a bit murky coloured. We've got the extender parts there. We've also got the two blasters, which of course will go for Ironhide. We've got the light bar and the gun for Prowl. Now, I know this isn't the exact scene, sorry, the exact characters from the scene, but this is what I mean about something that's quite big. And even I'm not very good at doing things with these, but I could put him sort of on his knees. Oh no, that's fell out already. If I can get him on his knees, sort of, so he looks like he's been shot. Pop this there, and then I can literally have Prowl hanging over there with that horrible face. And then of course, you know, you could put the Decepticons back there. Looks like they're aiming at him. Brawn standing there in absolute shock. But things like this, great big scenes where it actually is better and you can position all the figures out there. I think that's pretty impressive. Maybe a little morbid, but also a little bit of fun. But I just thought I'd throw that in straight away because I was so impressed with this particular backdrop. Right, let's return things to normal then and have a look at the figures. This is going to be a slightly different review to the rest because, as I say, these are obviously just repaints, slight remolds, retools, etc. So I'm still going to be detailed but not spend as much time on every single little joint, little feature and little, I suppose, piece of articulation on it. But the figure itself, look, we've got the head, which is now of course gaping mouth. Poor old him, he's not happy at all. The new damage is there. I know loads of people are really pleased with the fact they've painted in the translucent windows. The grey still looks to be exactly the same colour. The head is still fully articulate. The arms, of course, all the way to the sides and all the way around. We've got the waist swivel there. We've got the hip swivel. We've got the knee bend, ankle tilt and rock, etc. Absolutely fine, no issues with him. Prowl has got the damage as well to the front where you can put, can we pop these on? I think we can. Yep, so that looks like he's getting shot as well. Head sculpt again, poor old Prowl. he just doesn't have any luck, does he? And then of course I'll put the light bar and everything on in a second. Head will go all the way around. They've got some use out of this mold as well, haven't they? The arms again will go out to the T. You can spin them all the way around if you move the doors out of the way. They will fold back, so you've got unrestricted movement there. You've got waist swivel, hips kick to the front all the way to the back, knee bend, ankle tilt and rock as well. So there you go, that's some very quick first impressions. We're going to have a look at them in their alternate modes and then come back and do the all important comparisons. So then here they are in their alternate modes, and again, quick reminder, transformation process has been separately uploaded and they look pretty good, to be fair. I suppose the kick in the teeth, or the real annoying thing, is that it does have this red striping, which, don't get me wrong, is absolutely fantastic, but it is all that was missing from the original, and I wish that they'd have put it on that, to be honest. Very quickly, if you want to know what I'm moaning about, or just reference to there, of course, is the original Generation 1 Ironhide, which did have the yellow stripe down it. So it's just such a shame that they never popped it on this one. I've not got him in his alternate mode, purely because the difference is really only on the front and the colour of the windows. I just wanted to show you the yellow stripe on it. Now you can, if you want to, again, you can still attach the blasters at the top via them ports there, like so. They fit no problem whatsoever, but of course it's more about this, all the damage there and the circuitry, and it does look good, to be honest, it really does. However, if you want to, can we attach the blast ports to it? I think we can still attach these as well. I suppose if he's fighting for his life and he still wants to make a stand, you could pop them on there, but of course it is mainly for things like, you know, like this, like he's been big blast right on there. Whereas with Prowl, quite a bit different, as I say, from the other version. Mine is the Earthrise, so we haven't got the windows and they haven't got the police painted on the side. Again, you can see here these were all translucent. Police was painted on the door, etc. And the front is the main bit of difference. But once again, you know, you can put the blast effect on there if you want. It doesn't, does it hold? Only just thereabouts, to be honest. Let me just move these out of the way. This obviously light bar did come separately. You have to attach it yourself, and you can, of course, if you wanted to, attach the weapon or the accessory, is that holding on the roof as well, just for a very quick Generation 1 check as well, comparison rather. There you go, you can see that they've done a good job with this. They really have. I think probably since Siege, and most fans will agree, since Siege they really have stepped up on these Generations figures. There's not really much more to say about these. I doubt very much anybody who's buying this pack. However, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. If they're buying this pack, they're going to be displaying them in this particular mode. But just wanted to show you them anyway. We're going to come back now and have a look at them back in the robot mode and do some more comparisons. Okay then, back for the final time, back in their robot modes. I'm just going to move this actually, because of course the reflection is doing exactly that. So let's do, I suppose, the all-important quick comparisons with their actual main release figures. Now, I don't know if it's me or my eyes, but the red on this guy looks that little bit darker. I don't think it is, actually. It is. It's a darker red. And obviously we did see in the alternate mode that, of course, it's got the yellow stripe, which is a little bit apparent. I do like the fact that there's some like inner workings right inside there. And the blasters are pretty much exactly the same. So we could pop these in the hands, or of course we could store them in the back as well, exactly the same as the standard figures. If you wanted to, you know, you could store these via these tabs in the back, which I've just completely forgot how to do by the looks of it. There you go, putting them up or down. And again, the best thing about this is there's hardly any gaps in this particular mold at all. And I know you're paying a Voyager price point, but it's no different, I suppose, to people who will pay, you know, more than the cost of this Voyager for, you know, a third-party figure, which is pretty much, you know, same articulation but more expensive. I'm definitely saying, yeah, apart from the obvious windows, there is a definite colour difference in the shade of red. I'm hoping that you can see that in this particular video, because it's definitely a darker shade of red, and that's your differences. So the differences in the chest, and of course this guy's smiling. Let's move these out of the way. Now, this prowl was from the twin pack, funnily enough, with ironhide. So this wasn't the siege one. But again, the plastic on here looks a bit brighter white. We've obviously coloured in the windows again, which I know that everybody's really happy with. I'm not fussed either way, to be honest, but I suppose it does make it look more cartoon accurate when it is painted. We've got the damage on the front, which is quite minimal, to be fair. It's not that big at all. And everything else is pretty much the same. I put the light bar on. Light bar is obviously different slightly, and I know these big gaps at the back, but of course you could fill them in with gap filler kits if you want. My excuse or my get out of jail is you can't see it because it's from the back. So again, all we're looking at main difference is the front bumper, the paint color. This has got the blue badge on it. It doesn't say police on, but unfortunately I don't have the exact siege one, as I say, so it could be very similar with that, so apologies. We've also got the red in there, and of course the torso part there, I've just noticed that's slightly different, same color as the legs, but yeah, more screen accurate rather than the siege. So there we go. Right, let's bring in, just very quickly, as I say, for the end, again, if you do want to see the actual reviews to these figures by themselves, as in the original owners of these figures, there is of course a Studio Series 86 ironhide video which you can watch, and indeed the prowl with the ironhide from the twin Earthrise set. So I'm just going to bring in a couple of the other figures, some that I had in the first part as well, like so, to give you an idea. So remember, these are both Voyager, but they're just different sizes because of the different articulation. I'm going to bring in Brawn again, one of the figures of the year there, guys. In fact, two of the figures of the year are right next to each other, Snarl and Brawn, and of course Magnus. I would bring him in, but there's no space for him. Just to give you an idea, I suppose, of other figures, other sizes, let's bring in, now this is going to look completely odd. It looks like, there you go, that's a core class figure, which obviously is nowhere near as big. And I suppose, let me just bring in just one more core class, which again makes the scaling go completely off. And I'm very quickly, just for people who don't collect this particular main line, or they're wondering how big they are compared to third-party figures, that is New Age, that is Magic Square, and that is Iron Factory. But as I say, I think I've covered everything you need to see on these. Of course, the main differences, they're a bit of fun, actually. They're more fun than I thought they'd be. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to say. The thing that really made it for me was obviously this. I was completely surprised at that, and I'm sure that people can set up much better scenes than I can. But there you go, guys. If you're after these in the UK, they're heavily discounted already at in-demand stores, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be the same worldwide, actually. But there you go. This is the twin pack Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series 86 movie twin dead pack of Prowl and Ironhide. Take care, guys. So I did just want to add something at the end. I've just noticed this and I've got time, so I want to pop it on the end. I did notice on Prowl's shoulders that he's got these little dowels there. So that means, of course, that you can put the blast effects on the shoulders as well. So that's pretty much where he's taking all the damage, not just on the front, right on these as well. So I suppose that's another nice little touch if you want to put him there, or indeed have him lying down looking like he's being shot, etc. But you can pop these not just on the front, but as I said, on his actual shoulders as well. So that's a lovely additional little image, I suppose, for better scenes and better display. And of course, I think I'll do this quickly while we're here, just in case anybody did want to see it. I know I've said I've done this in the original videos anyway, but I thought, well, I'm coming back on, I might as well add these in. And then this is where all the people who've never seen a Generation 1 Ironhide, their jaws will probably hit the floor. But there you go. That is your Generation 1 quick comparison at the end as well. So there you go. As I said, fun set of figures, in all honesty. More fun than I thought they'd be. And they both do display and look pretty good. So there we go.